What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? There are 13 energy centers in and outside of your body, below your feet and above your head. They're called your chakras. Your chakras govern your reality. They make your life happen. They're fueled by your subconscious thoughts, your life force, your action, sexual energy that exists in all of us, creating from the vibration that flows within us. Constant, consistent creation, directed by the choices that we make. You have the right to be who you're supposed to be, so what's it gonna be? You are the master of your vibration. Feed your mind for elevation. There is no time for contemplation. The time is now. So what's it gonna be?
Thank you, thank you, thank you for this divine time and this divine space. We give thanks for all who have joined here tonight. We give thanks for the messages that will be received. We give thanks for the wisdom. We give thanks for the unity. We give thanks for all that is and all that will be. May our eyes be open to see that which is unseen. May we be open to the revealing of that which is beyond understanding. May we be open to receive that which is for our highest good. May we be open to see ourselves for who we truly are, knowing that we are magnificent. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I give thanks and gratitude. Thanks and gratitude for everybody who's on the line. I give thanks and gratitude. I pay homage to all my virtuous and righteous ancestors. I pay homage to all those who stood for freedom. I pay homage to all those who fought and all those who wanted to fight and all those who held the space for those. I give thanks to all those who refused to bow down. I pay homage to all those who refuse to cross over and lie down at the bottom of the ocean. I give thanks and I pay homage to all those known and unknown. I give thanks and homage to all those unsung heroes. I thank you, I thank you. I would like to give thanks and honor and praise to MV13, SEG13, and our Minister Solutions for creating such a sacred space where we can come and feel safe and secure. You know, so often we have places where we don't feel safe and secure, and I give thanks for such a great sacred space. So I thank you all for opening up your hearts and your minds and your souls for allowing, you know, people to come and sit in sacredness and be their own great teachers. Ashe, Amira, Mayat.
Hi, Minister Eddie. Is Mercury in retrograde today? Hi, Minister Oyeyemi. Is Mercury in retrograde today?
I don't know. Is it in retrograde? I might be close to retrograde if it's not already in retrograde.
Y'all having a hard time hearing me?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
We didn't hear you at all.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let me just say this. Okay, let me just say this before I'll even try to go back, because everything is happening for a reason. Restart and little audio issues that we're experiencing, and we give thanks for all of that. We still sit in the seat of gratitude. We're not shaken at all. So beforehand, before we got ready for the service tonight, I have a couple of bulbs, well, 3 actually, that are on a fan, a spinning fan in the room. And, these bulbs aren't old at all or anything. And one of them just went to flickering, like, floop, 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 floop. After I came out my, meditation and was resting and had took a shower, just, but, I like freshen up like we going on the air. You know what I'm saying? I get like ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm sister ready. So I get like, kind of fancy for the show. And I'm like, okay, so the light just flickering. So instantly I just, start talking, like, okay, y'all letting me, whatever is going on, whatever. It's all in line with the little audio issues. I just thought that was, two things to point out, that the ancestors are definitely here and speaking and revealing themselves if we have the eye and the understanding, the understanding and the overstanding to realize these things. Because we are in what they call a quickening time, where things are just pew, pew, pew. So the energy is very high. It is very high. And, the energy, this power, even this technology that we're using is based off of our ancestral, our earthly, everything that is our birthright that we used to show honor for instead of misusing. It's higher than this phone and equipment and all of that. So when it's high, yeah, Mercury might be in retrograde. I don't even know. But the energy is high and it's felt. And the message that we are here to get across is very powerful. Our mission is very powerful.
Ashe.
And Ashe.
Ashe.
So we had a podcast last week, which was amazing. It was absolutely wonderful. We learned so many things, and not to our surprise, there were so many people touched by the information and the wisdom, actually, and were other people touched. We ourselves experienced different shifts and changes within our sister, just mother, women relations. And we're so grateful for that. And if you missed the show, you can always go back and listen to it. It's definitely worth going back and listening to. We even received some tips from our minister, Oyeyemi, in regards to how to heal our relationship with our mother and what you have to do, information that you can actually use now. So we are very grateful for that. I want to go back and look at a couple of comments. I want to shout out some of our people in the lair who actually tuned into the show and showed some love and shared how it affected them as well. Give me 1 minute. Rachel Spywack says, the grand rising of the matriarch was absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I must have been feeling it before I listened because I reached out to my aunt on my mom's and dad's side, and she doesn't usually with her mom and dad, but sends them love. She talks about her ancestral health, mentally, emotionally, and the physical aspects and spiritual aspects of it with her aunt on both sides of her parents. And to her amazement, they agreed that her looking into her ancestors' roots on both sides of the family is a part of making her whole so that her children and her grandchildren, they are also whole, complete, and without fear. And she was just so thankful for our service. I just wanted to shout her out. Let's go ahead and give her a clap for responding. Yeah. Linda Starr says the Great Rising of the Matriarch was phenomenal. Great Rising of the Matriarch helped me feel a bit more connected, and I'm so grateful for this platform, Mari. I minister SCG 13. We thank you for your response. Let's give her a hand clap. Indiana L. says Grand Rising of the Matriarch was truly a gem. I would love for this to be a series. I could feel the love and healing in just this short episode. Thank you for all you shared. So there was another comment that was shared in regards to love. And in our last service, we spoke about forgiveness, and we did touch on the love and how powerful love is. But I just want to read this because I think that moving forward, it's going to tie in with our question of the day. Unconditional love is a very giving and patient energy. Unconditional love is the energy of the Creator. Sometimes unconditional love can hurt you depending on the energy that you give it to. When unconditional love is not reciprocated, it will drain you and change. I believe that unconditional love is limitless when reciprocated. I exist in unconditional love. It is my nature, but I learned unconditional love is painful at times, but can be very euphoric as well. We are in a time where the love vibration is scarce but divinely needed. It is difficult for most to love unconditionally because it comes with great responsibility. Unconditional love is a superpower that not many possess, not to be confused with maternal love. And that leads me to the question of the day because they tie together so well. Shout out to iMinster Solutions 13 for coming through to the there every day, giving us something to ponder upon, something to think about. We're going to just pause and give him a hand clap as well. Okay. What is unconditional love? Does unconditional love exist? Do you exist in unconditional love? Is it difficult to love unconditionally? Is your unconditional love limitless, infinite, or is it limited? I feel that question is so powerfully profound due to the fact that when it comes to healing in regards to things that we may have experienced with our mothers, whether that be direct abuse from the mother or whether that be abuse from others that the mother may have turned her head away from as if she didn't know, or maybe said she didn't believe you about the abuse. So certain people would say that they may love their mother to a certain extent, if you will, but then might say on the same sentence that they love their mothers unconditionally. So when it comes to love and this being a part of how does that tie into the forgiveness part? Like you are forgiving or working towards forgiving the hurt that you feel may have been imposed, but you're also wanting to love them. Is that the main ingredient of forgiveness, where that love has to be brought forth? What do you think about that? OJ and
well, as a child, the child loves their mother unconditionally. The child doesn't know anything but love because that's the only thing that the child experiences, unconditional love. Well, sometimes I think, do people really know what love is? What is unconditional love? What is love, first of all? I think that's the part that everybody's love is totally different. The way I might see love is totally different than how you might see love. To love someone unconditionally, there's no strings attached. You just love unconditionally. But forgiveness and unconditional love, because you can love somebody unconditionally and not forgive them. You can forgive them and not love them unconditionally. I just think they're just two different spectrums. A lot of times we pay our lip service to love. People think that love should be this big fantasy. It's this merry-go-round where everything is perfect. But no. What brings you joy brings you pain. So love can hurt as well as love can make you feel good. Is that not the principle of polarity? Just because you're experiencing love don't mean that you won't experience unlove. It's where you are in that. I say this all the time. I can love you unconditionally, but that doesn't mean that you don't hurt me. But it's how I choose to receive that hurt or that pain. I just think that we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And life is very simple. Every day is a day of forgiveness. We think forgiveness is just one time. No. The Native Americans practice forgiveness at sundown daily because every day is a day of forgiving yourself and forgiving others. And if you think I'm lying, start practicing unforgiveness and you'll start seeing people's faces just coming. And you'll be surprised. Well, I thought I had forgiveness. It's like the peeling of an onion. Forgiveness is a peeling of an onion because there's a layer. In each layer you unpeel, there's another layer. But unconditional love, does not the universe flow on unconditional love? So why can't we? Why do we have to have strings attached to our love? When you, as a child, you're in your mother's womb for what, 9 months? So while you're in that womb for 9 months, whatever she's experiencing, you're experiencing. But when you come out of that womb, the only thing you know is unconditional love because this is the person that feeds you, this is the person that clothes you, this is the person that takes care of you. And even then, when the child is neglected or abused, that child still loves its mother unconditionally because it knows nothing else. We make love hard or we make it easy. But everything in life is simple. What shifts? We shift. So, and when you grow up to the adult, what's no matter what your parent did, that parent still raised you. But what was the karma between you and that mother? It goes back to the karma. You chose that parent. You chose that birth line for whatever reason to learn to come back to this school, because this is a school of learning. This is a school of life. But love conquers all. Love is the most powerful thing on this planet, unconditionally. Does not the mother want every good thing for his child?
Yeah.
So in that, unconditional love is the highest love that there is. We put conditions on love.
So would you say that love is just love without even having the term unconditional on it?
No, I won't say that. I say people, no, I did not say that. I said unconditional love is no judgment and no expectations. You don't have to love me back. I don't need your love. See, that's the part we keep forgetting. I'll love you if you love me. That's conditions. I'll love you if you do this. That's a condition. I'm going to love you no matter whether you love me or not. That's unconditional. I'm going to love you no matter what you do. I'm going to love you. That's unconditional. That's with no strings attached, no expectations, nothing. I'm going to love you unconditionally. I don't care what you think. I don't care how you feel. I'm going to love you unconditionally. So there's a thing of love and unconditional love. People who are in relationships, are they in unconditional love? Because I hear a lot of sisters say, well, if you don't love me, I can't love you. That's conditions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have conditions to love. I don't need your love back. That don't mean I'm not going to love you unconditionally. I don't have a string attached to it. You have a string attached to that. So go back in your life to see where, even in relationships, do women have unconditional love for men? Do men have unconditional love for women? Do the mother, as your mother, does your mother have unconditional love for you? So just look at that word unconditional and look at that word love. Once again, do people actually know what love is? I ask that all the time because people quick to use those 4 letters. Oh, I love you. Well, what happens when that person make you mad? Or what happens when that person does something that you don't like? Is the love still there?
Mm.
And who's to say just because it's unconditional that it doesn't hurt? But it is how you view that. And when you take things personal, then things hurt. It's just like someone said, I'm Minister Reddy, you so-and-so, so-and-so. Is that the truth of our Minister Reddy? So would it hurt? Does it hurt if you know it's not the truth of you? Or does it hurt because of what someone said it?
Mm.
Love. What is love? I ask people, what is love? Everybody can give you a definition. But love is different for each person. So once again, what is love?
It's more of an action.
And how do people act in that action? Because some people kill people. I don't want anybody else to have you, so I'm going to kill you. I love you so much, so I'm going to kill you. Is that love?
Mm.
So you say it's an action? Has that not an action taken place?
Yeah.
Okay. So once again, everybody's love is based on their perception of it, what they think love is. Is that not something to ponder?
Oh, yes. That is indeed something to ponder. That's the question of the evening. What is love? What is love?
But I bet you could ask 1,000 people that, and everybody will give you 1,000 different interpretations. I can't answer what love is for somebody else, but I see a lot of people who have love and they have a lot of conditions and they have a lot of stuff going on. I see a lot of people, so I just say for me, unconditional love is you don't have to love me back for me to love you. I have no strings attached to my love. I don't expect anything.
Mm-hmm. That's powerful. And that is honestly rare because that is usually the frame of mind of an individual. Why would I love you if you don't love me? You get no love. You get no love.
But who's giving us the perception of love? Once again, you have to. Who's giving you your perception of love? You see love on the TV. You hear love. They don't even play love songs anymore. So whose perception of love do we see? Someone they call a celebrity, an entertainer, or entertainer. So whose perception of love are you seeing? Because growing up in the Black community, that's all we saw was each other. We saw love, to the best of, but now we don't see Black on Black love. We don't see that. The brother isn't in the household. The young mother has children and she has to work or she has to whatever so we don't really get a chance to see love how we used to see it. What love songs are being played? What is inducing you? But until we can return back to that, because melanated beings are the most loving beings on this planet. We brought love to the planet. Every race of beings brings something to the planet, and ours is love. And love was destroyed, was taken from us, and was set out just for that purpose. But I'll leave that right there. There's a purpose that love doesn't exist in our melanated beings. We have to return back to that love.
That earth, wind, and fire love.
Oh, you not only Earth, baby, you got Marvin Gaye, you got Teddy Pendergrass, you got the Whispers, you got the OJs, you got the Pointer Sisters, you got Diana Ross, and so you got that Motown vibe going. Come on, baby, that was all about love.
Yeah.
You got the Barry White. Come on now. It was all about love for them. Why do you think that those singers are no longer in existence? Because they knew that their love was bringing us back together. They couldn't have that. They don't want that. What do you think what is the age of Aquarius about? It's not only about technology, it's about knowing. It's about knowing who you are. See, the age of Pisces, that old patriarch energy was about I believe. The age of Aquarius is about I love and I know. So they know that when they bring back in the great matriarch, they're bringing back in that loving, that feeling energy. They don't want that to return.
Mm-hmm. So that's
the energy. Yes. One of them, we have lots of superpowers. The ancestrals are our superpowers. Our bloodline is our superpower. The matriarch energy is our superpower.
Mm. Mm.
So I want to ask you the question. If you were in a relationship, could you love somebody that didn't love you?
I think I have actually loved and not been loved. But I will say it didn't feel comfortable because I was in a mind state that you mentioned earlier. Like, well, I could love you, but shoot, I really can't love you because you don't love me. But even now today, I can see where that will represent growth because the people that I have dealt with in the past that I may not deal with anymore, I don't have any ill feelings towards them. Like I could think about them and be, I actually like love you. You was pretty.
And that's what it's all about. That's that healing piece. That healing piece means that when I think of you, there's no pain, there's no nothing. I can talk about it. I could see you, and I could, and I'm okay with that. That's how healing takes place. But so often, I say this all the time, we use those four-letter words, love, but we use it so loosely. Oh, but I love him. Okay. What do you love about it? Do you love yourself? That's the most important thing. See, that's the highest grade of love. Loving yourself unconditionally. Do you pass judgment on yourself? How do you view yourself? What do you think about yourself? That's where love comes in. In the love train, who made that song?
Oh, Love Train.
Love Train.
Oh.
Confunction.
I can't think of who sings that song. But I know what song you're talking about.
The next stop we make will be England. Tell all the folks to get on board, 'cause this train keep on riding on through. I can't, hold a little tune, but those are the songs that brought us together, kept us cohesive. Love is that bonding. It's that glue that holds it. Like when you baking in that egg, you ever cooked it? What holds the cake together? Isn't that egg that holds the cake together? So for us, it's that love that bonds and holds us together. It's that glue.
Yes. Mm-mm-mm. I love that. Love. And when you really step back and look at it, you can definitely see how the industry, they obviously know something because they have gone out their way to put people whose talent is questionable on display. And they understand music is such a big part of our being and culture. You can definitely peep the manipulation that's going on and how it is definitely lowering the vibration of love. I really can see that. I really can see that.
But they can lower it, and they can do everything they can to try to stop this energy. They'll just delay it. But see, it is us. It is the melanated sisters who will help, the ones who choose to, will help usher in this energy. Only thing they can do is delay it because they cannot stop it. It can't be stopped. It won't be denied.
I see.
So when the shift is taking place, the ebb and the tide, those who once will be no more. Back to harmony. Has to be harmony. Has to be balance. So the more we work on the relationship with our mother and the relationship with ourselves, because after you have the relationship with your mother, you have the next relationship you have with who? With yourself, right?
Right.
So how's your relationship with yourself? Do you love yourself?
So the relationship we have with our mother is a reflection, or they both reflect off of the relationship we have with ourselves reflects off the relationship we have with our mother, and vice versa.
Yes. Because when she carries you, that's the first relationship. Then when you're born and, from the age of 0 to 7, those are your programmable years. So you're receiving information from all sorts of places.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then you start to become the channel and the receiver, and then you start seeing. And then that builds your programmable years counter shape you. And then you realize a lot of the things that you were programmed with were just that, programs. And so when you're watching the network, what does it say? Programming. So who's programming you? Do you continue to be programmed even after you leave the program? And you have to unfilter, unshare all of that energy and find yourself, but mainly to love yourself unconditionally. No judgment. So often we find ourselves in positions where we don't know our self-worth. We don't know our value. We don't know who we are. And so therefore our sisters who don't value ourselves, we get in relationships where there's no value there. You're dysfunctional. They're dysfunctional. We have a dysfunctional relationship. We have dysfunctional children. And so that dysfunction keeps going on and on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
So the main thing you can give your child is self-worth and value. Because when the sister who walks down the street knows her worth and knows her value, you can see it. You could. It's all in her.
Right.
It's in the sway of her hips. It's how she tosses her head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's in her eyes. But that's something that we have to keep practicing. We have to practice who we are. And it comes to the knowing of who we are. On the temple doors, when you're in Kemet, Egypt, on the temple doors it says, know thyself. It didn't say know nobody else. It said thyself. But we always in somebody else's business instead of our own business.
Mm. Yeah, there are people in a lot of people's business, yes.
And if you're in somebody else's business, how can you be in your own business? Can you drive 2 cars at one time?
No, you cannot.
So if I'm in the car in my lane, how can I be in the car in your lane? That means there's no harmony there. I'm not in balance. I'm out of harmony because I'm in my car, your car, and everybody else's car. But if we go back to your car and I drive my car, and if I get my car together, I'm going to inspire somebody to drive their own car and get their car together.
Right, and be in their own lane.
Yes. Now, that doesn't mean if I see something and if we are sisters, I'm supposed to say, well, sis, something to inspire you. We come to inspire each other to be grand and great.
Yes.
Not hurt, not destroy. Our greatest thing is fear, worry, and doubt. And when we're in fear, worry, and doubt, we're not in love. Love has no fear. It has no worry. It has no doubt. It's know that it's going to take care of whatever it needs to take care of.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned we are here to inspire one another. And I know that there are many people, many women, who have that thought to want to be that, and they may not be sure how to go about inspiring another. Or they may feel, because they're caught up in a societal conditioning, that inspiration means you've acquired a substantial material gain, or you're flossing, if you will. What's something that one can do that doesn't cost you anything to inspire another?
Being yourself. I mean, I worked in corporate America for 40 years. And people will watch you. They will watch everything you do. So you never have to say anything because people watch you. You don't have to say, I belong to whoop-de-doop or whoop-de-doop is in me, because people are going to watch you. People are going to see you. People in your neighborhood watch you. There's this saying, don't do something the same way every time because somebody's always watching you. So in corporate America, I never told people what I did outside of my job. It wasn't nobody's business, but everybody knew, there's something different about you. That's how you inspire people. Not to be different, but just your actions. Or, good morning. I don't believe in good morning, but, in that world, greetings. How you doing? Just that. Or a smile. Says, hey, how's it going? You got it going on. Or just giving that warm energy out. That's how you inspire others. You can have all the money in the world and be miserable. And you can have no money and be happy. So to me, you can abuse power or you can allow that power to unfold, because if you're happy, you want everybody in the world to be happy. And if you're miserable, you want everybody in the world to be miserable. So your energy is going to speak for whoever you are. You inspire people just by being who you are. If you choose to be an inspiration, guess what, sis? You're going to be an inspiration. Because that's what you inspire. That's the energy you're carrying. Everybody I meet, I want to inspire. Everybody I meet, I want to give out my energy. I want to send out unconditional love. Right then and there. It's what you decide. It's what you say that you want to achieve, and that's what you will. My thing is, I am the darkness that inspires the way. I can't. It's what I like about MV13 is this self-mastery. So often we look for a teacher, or so often we look for someone else. No. Because everything you need was given to you at birth before you came to this planet. You have to go inside, because spirituality starts within and it comes out. My mother has a saying, charity begins at home and spreads abroad. I'm Cherry. Everything starts with me. And if I want to inspire, I'm going to make sure that everything that I do inspires somebody. I'm going to walk the talk, and eat and sleep and thinking I'm going to achieve that, what I want to achieve. Now, you have influencers out here, and you can allow them people to influence you. Like I'm seeing this young sister. I'm looking out my window. It looks like she got on panties. But they're these shorts.
Mm-hmm. That's the style nowadays.
Look how we coming outside with stretch pants on. Now, you can do whatever you want to do. That's your business. We're coming outside with stretch pants on. We're showing our print. Our breasts are out. And we got our children dressed like this. We got somebody else's hair in our head. We got glue on our eyelids. We got glue on our nails. You can do whatever you want to do. That's your business. But what I'm saying is, what about that you don't think that you're good enough, or that you need to to dress in a certain way, and then when someone says something to you disrespectful, then here comes that energy of, well, what are you saying when you coming out with looking like with your underwear on, or your print showing, or your breast out? What is that saying?
It's commanding a certain type of attention. So why are you mad when you receive it?
Once again, we can inspire or we can influence. Because sex sells, baby. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about me. So you see, they know what sells. So they've made us sexual. They've sexualized us. But is that not the Sarah Barton syndrome? We got the Sarah Barton syndrome. So everybody know who Sarah Barton is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody needs.
So, yeah. So we as sisters, we got that Sarah Barton, and we have to break that Sarah Barton chain. We are beautiful as we are. We don't need all the enhancement, but because we see that, we gravitate to what we see. And they tell us this is what love is. So who gives you the version of love? The help. Well, I don't know. I don't know a lot of these reality shows. I don't watch TV and haven't watched it in months. But is that the version of love that you want? What you see on TV?
Mm.
When I grew up, the whole neighborhood raised us. That was love. Everybody.
The community, the village.
Yes. You know, the aunties and the women on everybody raised you. It was, I'm gonna whoop you and I'm gonna take you home to your mama. And I'm gonna tell your mama what you did. I'm gonna whoop you first, then I'm gonna take you home to your mama. You better not say nothing back to Mrs. So and so, so and so. You didn't talk to elders any kind of way, and you didn't call them by their first name. It was a matter of respect and morals and principles. We had Maya. We just didn't call it Maya, but that's what it was.
Right.
Our babies, we don't have love anymore. They're not taught morals. They're not taught principles. They're not taught respect. So how can you give what you don't have? So it's easy for them to take a life because where's the respect in that? So I tell people, instead of having your child have a cross, give them an unk. Give them some life instead of giving them a crossing out. One is crossing out and one is life. So what do you want your child to have?
Right.
But I can get on a tangent.
You said, well, let me just say what I was thinking about. You mentioned, or what I am thinking about is there are certain children that are growing up in an environment that is promoting all of the things that we're talking about, because either not either, but the mother or the father both are misdirected, and they're being programmed under this sexualized, vulgar type of being, as if it's the normal, as if it's the new cool, or as if this is what this is what you do, the hot girl, whatever you want to call it. But for those children who are coming up in that environment, and as they have gotten older, how do we go about reversing, if you will, those things? Like reaching out to those who are somewhat open and may kind of feel like, this don't really feel right to me. Like, this is what's going on around me, and this is what people are doing in my age group, but I'm not really feeling that. How do we reach out to those who are influenced because they either don't have a choice because that's what their parents on, or...
Everybody has a choice. Once again, what's the karma? We all choose our birth parents. We all come to this school, to reawaken and to divine. But we have to see the divinity in everybody that we see. We see divinity. We can shift everything if we go and start changing the vision. Holding a different vision, sending out unconditional love to these children, and not only that, start building schools and places for our children to be able to go through. When I grew up, we had after programs. We had programs for our children to go to. We don't have that anymore. So and to find some place or to build something that our children can go through rites of passage. So if you see a sister who wants to make a shift, then that's your student. Maybe if you see something, say something, but say with no strings attached. Sometimes you just come to plant the seed and not water the seed. Sometimes you might have to plant the seed, someone else till the seed, somebody else water the seed. But plant the seed. You know, because there's a net. If I want to capture a whole lot of fish, what am I going to do? What am I going to use to capture fish? A lot of fish. I'm going to use a net, right?
Yeah, a wide net. Mm-hmm.
So isn't that what the internet is? A net? So that's how they capture you. But come on, you got to think. We can't, everything that they give us is a distraction. And I don't really want to stay with that, but that's what it is. So this net is capturing out people. We have to break those chains and break those nets. We have to see the truth and start saying, hey, sis, no offense, but, you know, the baby, you know, try to find a daycare so we can volunteer service, so we can tell our children and find a place where our children can go so they can learn meditation, they can learn prayer. But in a righteous way. If you don't have anywhere to go and there's no one whispering in your ear, what are you going to do? You're going to keep believing what you see. Because if you're not looking with your spiritual eye, you're looking at with your regular eye. If you're not listening with your spiritual ear, you're listening with your physical ears. We, to the ones who say that they know the truth, to the ones that say that they know themselves, let's be the one that can't bring the shift. We bring the shift. We hold a different vision. We see all of us coming together collectively. We see unconditional love being restored back to this planet. We hold the vision. And if we hold the vision collectively, to the ones who want to be a part of it, they're going to shift. But everybody didn't come to be enlightened in this incarnation. And we have to be okay with that. Each person comes to this planet to work out his own karma, to recognize and to resurrect the divinity within themselves. And sometimes you don't know what that person's karma is. So you have to be very careful about when you enter somebody else's business because you don't know what the karma is. But my thing is, for us, it's an unconditional love and hold the vision of them being divine, no matter what they project, no matter what they're doing. And we keep holding the vision of them being divine. And guess what? Eventually, that will spark. That will see something. And when they're ready to step into that, they will. For me, when I first started on this journey, I wanted, because when you first start out, it's the wonder and you're happy and the feeling and the energy. It's like you're walking on the water. Things are happening around you. You're seeing things, you're feeling things, and everything is shifting for you. So and there's a happiness with that. You're fruitful because we carry the fruit. Sisters carry fruit. And if you look at certain things, the apples, the peaches, and some things, it looks like our womb and our vagina. So we are the fruit. And so we out here being fruitful, and you want everybody to be fruitful. You want everybody to get it. And then you realize that people don't want it. Everybody don't want that. Mm-hmm. And you have to say, okay, I'm okay with this. Everybody didn't come to arrive. Everybody can't walk in unconditional love. Everybody can't be a part of the great divine plan. Everybody didn't come in to worship, to usher in the golden age. But accepting people where they are and holding a different vision of them. My mother had a tongue that was a sharpshooter. But I knew my mother would never change. So I didn't expect her to change. I changed my vision of her. And in me changing my vision, she eventually shifted. So that's how much power, that's the power we carry. When we hold the vision. See, everything begins with the imagination and the vision. And when you have a vision, that vision can be so powerful. It shifts the energy. And when you shift, everything else shifts. When your vision changes, everything else shifts. Because everything is your vision.
Mm. It's all about the power of the vision. And this same vision can be used to heal any relationship. Our relationship with our mothers, our sisters, our family members.
If you want to. Vision, forgiveness, unconditional. Yes. But if you keep seeing everything, just woe is me and my family this, and no one wants to hear that. What are you doing to, as our minister has a solution? What are you doing to shift that energy? Because if you say that you the one here and your family is over here, then what did you choose to come? You chose that bloodline for what? Besides the karma. Did you not choose to break those generational curses? Don't you want to take responsibility to break those generational curses so you won't come back into that same bloodline again? Don't you want to raise that energy up as much as you possibly can? That's responsibility.
Mm.
That's unconditional love. I chose this bloodline for whatever reason, karmatically, so that I could bring a healing to myself. Then why can't I bring a healing to them? I can see divinity in them because everything is divine. Everything. But if I see people as being downtrodden, what they gonna be? It's my vision. It's what I see. And people, you ain't gotta tell nobody what you're doing. They ain't gotta know. But girls, I'm Sister Sally Sue and I can do this. Who cares? Sister Sally Sue, just do it. Because if that's what you come to do, you don't have to say nothing. People can see you. They can see your energy. They can tell you telling the truth and when you're lying. Because your energy don't go before you.
Right.
Our ancestors moved in silence, but were very effective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Wow, you have given us a lot to reflect on this evening. Minister OJ, we're so grateful. My spirit is so full. I have a lot to reflect upon when it comes to being an inspiration and just knowing that I am enough. I am enough to be that inspiration, just being who I am. There's no need to deviate from anything but who I am and what I am. And as you said, the energy just comes before you. And of course, when there's a vibe, people get the vibe, people can feel that difference, people can see it. It's very much felt. Even if it's not completely understood, it's like, that's different. That's not the average vibe you feel from everybody.
And how long do I keep blaming my mother? How long do I continue to stay in that vein? If I keep blaming her, then I'm not accepting. I'm going to stay in the blame game forever. That's not the blame game. That's over with. The blame game is over, especially for people who call themselves walking this spiritual path. The blame game is gone. I accept full responsibility for everything that I've done, good, bad, or indifferent. I love my mother unconditionally. I don't care what she didn't do. I don't care how she did it. None of that matters anymore. What matters is how I see life to be. She's divine. She's mine, and I give thanks. I give thanks for all things. Because when you sit in gratitude and gratefulness, it opens the door up for so much more. The more unconditional love you pour out, the more you can love yourself unconditionally. Because it starts with self. I'm telling you, just wake up every morning, basking and bathing yourself in unconditional love. And I can tell you, you have to beat people off of you with a stick. That's how powerful love is. It's the drawing. It draws it in. I never forget, I can hear my mother. You can get more beads or honey than you can with vinegar, baby. Just start pouring love on yourself. Give yourself a honey bath. Start thinking. If life is the shift, it's up to us. That's what the energy is all about. Can't you see the shift? Can you feel it? Because it's in the air. Can you feel the energy in the air? Can you feel the shift? How long have we been waiting for this? I hear Phil Collins right now. I can feel it in the air. I can feel it coming in the air.
I can feel
it
in the air tonight.
Oh, mothers. Oh, mothers. Oh, mothers. Oh, mothers.
Yes. Oh, mothers. I love that. Yes. We are going to remix that. We're going to I'll put our twist on it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This was an amazing service. I'm filled with gratitude. Filled with gratitude. I am so grateful to be here with you. I'm Minister OJ Yemi. Yeah, OJ Yemi. As well as I Minister SEG13 on the ones and twos with the production. We're so grateful. We're so grateful. Shout out to I Minister Solutions. I call him Solutions now. I Minister 13 because the brother got soul. You hear me?
Oh, sure.
Yes, we're so grateful to have him with us.
Honored. Yes. Honored.
Honored to have him with us, holding up the art. We are so honored, and we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. You are very much created and needed in this space. Thank you. Can we get a hand clap for them? Yes. You know, being Brother Solutions, we relate to Tupac, so you know we we coming with it, okay? Yes, so we give thanks for everyone who is listening. We give thanks for all of those who will be listening to the recording. We give thanks for you sharing this information, passing this sacred service on, as have created this safe space, this sacred space to bring healing to our nation, to bring healing to all things that need healing. We here at Queen Mother Sacred Ancestral Palace, I Ready Ministries, I Ready Healing Ministries, we are so grateful, and we ask you to join us at Master Vibration 13, Center of Self-Mastery, so that you can keep in touch with us. And we use this place as a portal of inspiration, if you will, where we share our journey of what we have experienced. You can find I Minister SEG13 just really going in on there, sharing from the heart all that she has experienced. You can find I Minister Solutions 13 there as well. We have the question of the day. We just really have some great energy flowing in the place. And we also have a mission, and our mission includes you. We would like you to go to www.mastervibration13.com so you can look into what our vision is. And if that vision resonates with you, as I'm sure this service has definitely resonated with you, we would love for you to go on there and become a part, be in part with us as we are all on this journey together. You are not alone. And if you feel moved to be a part of this mission, if you feel that you have something that would assist us in helping on this mission, whether that be financial, or you may have crystals or anything that you feel you would like to share with us that will help us move forward in healing others, we are so grateful. And you can hit us up on the Cash App, which is SEG13Love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is our labor of love, giving freely and sharing our wisdom so that we can continue to uplift the nation. As we uplift ourselves, we in turn are uplifting one another. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Feel the sound of music vibrating in me. I take hold of the energy and ride the frequency. My soul makes the melody of my life, so I must sing. Every tune that comes through me brings balance to my being. I have the power to change the direction in me through sound. I have the power to change the direction in me through my mind. I am creation, I am animation, I am the brightest vibrant star in all of the constellations. I am Zip, Pepper, Sass, Sponge, Bounce, Moxie, Mojo, whatever you call it. I am. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, Ajay, Ajay. 13 Ajay.
And so it is.